I'm in Goodfella Barbershop today with my man Waverly Crafton, man. I came in here today, man. Waverly told me to get this thing started, man. He asked me how I was doing, man. He heard I was down, so he told me come on in here, man, and give a shout out. So yeah, today, I'm in here on this good Monday afternoon, man. I was down for about 2-3 weeks, man, and I couldn't even walk. And thanks to my man Waverly Crafton, man, he got me started today, man. Thanks for inviting me over here to Goodfella Barbershop, man. I appreciate you, man. So what's going on? Just let me know what you need me to do for you today, brother.
All right,
I'm ready for you, man. I'm here today.
All right, bro. Let's take it back to the beginning. What first got you into football?
Oh, man. Well, first, I'm from Leonardtown, Maryland. You know, me and my friends, we used to play football back in the day in the neighborhood. So just a bunch of kids in the neighborhood, man, just throwing football and just had a love for the game ever since I was a little kid. My parents signed me up, man, for the Leonardtown Dolphins. That was the first team I played for. The Leonardtown Dolphins, man. Coach Bulow, I played for when I was like 8 years old, man. We started playing. I started playing up in Leonardtown, and then, as time grew, we played through all the little leagues down here. Played everybody. That's when we just played with Don Kemp. We didn't have Pop Warner or none of that. We just played Don Kemp, so we just played the little local teams around for most of it. So that's why we all know each other, you know. Right. And then I eventually go to, from middle school to high school. Of course, I went to Great Mills. I mean, Leonardtown first. I went to Leonardtown first, then I transferred to Great Mills to play football. Right. And then things really changed when I went to Great Mills, especially with football, man. Right. It just seemed like the stock went up from Leonardtown to Great Mills, and it just carried me. Then I went to the University of Virginia. Wow. Then got a full scholarship from Great Mills. So one thing about it, you can't get a full scholarship from Great Mills High School, all right? For public schools. Just keep fighting and believing they'll come and get you, man. But yeah, baby, so that's the football journey. But as far as that, then a lot of other stuff along the way.
Today we pay tribute to a true difference maker and for lasting impacts that extend beyond grounds and the gridiron. For generations, Virginia football has proven over and over that our guys know how to compete and win. Breaking the huddle and uniting for a common cause also teaches them to serve. Lessons that continue to manifest long after their days on the field come to an end. Today, the Virginia Football Alumni Club recognizes today's Who's Making a Difference honoree, John Duckett. One of the carryover players from the George Welsh to Al Groh era, Duckett, a linebacker, was a Roanoke Times All-State honoree and recipient of the Speed Elliott Award as Virginia's Most Improved Player. A dependable teammate throughout his time on grounds, he signed with the Buffalo Bills after completing eligibility. Now living in Southern Maryland, Duckett serves youth through several ways, including founding the Get On movement, teaching speed, agility, and life lessons to kids. For the last 10 years, he has also led the Nicollet Basketball Association United Disparate Groups from across the community, earning Community Service Awards. In 2022, after the tragic loss of his son Jamari to a drunk driver, Duckett turned grief into purpose by pressing for judicial reform of vehicular manslaughter cases. Advocating for Jamari's law, his resolve is to turn his son's memory into a lasting call for change, while inspiring others to stand tall in the face of tragedy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for today's Who's Making a Difference honoree, John Duckett.
What the game mean to you coming up in, St. Mary's County? What does the football game mean to you coming up here?
Oh, man, what it means to me coming up in St. Mary's County. It was a pride thing because they would always say, like, nobody from St. Mary's County really, is that good. But it's like when you played somewhere and it's like, where am I from? I'm from St. Mary's County. And I always loved to represent St. Mary's County. So that was one of the pride things about playing football. It's like we work hard, and it's like, so if anybody knows like about sports, and it's like, oh, where you from? Oh, he from St. Mary's County. Or they play hard. Right, so that's what they know about us down here in sports.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, man. So, you were that dude back in high school. So what's one moment from the days that still sticks out? From those days, what's one of the moments that still sticks out?
I mean, just still having the same friends, man. Just still having a lot of the same friends. And that's a good thing about it, I go places especially now, is like the same friends. That's what sticks out the most. We never changed up on each other. So that sticks out a lot, just being able to count on the same people that you know, and they never switched up on you. So especially in the time that I am now, so like to have the same people like behind my back at all times, it really feels good, you know?
That's good,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry. So when you hit college ball, so how different was it, the world? When you hit college ball, how different was it, the world then?
Oh, college ball is it's different. College football is more focused, more dedication, because you got school as well too. You know, you got to go. I mean, you know, school and sports. So you got to be able to manage both, and you can't manage one without the other.
Right.
You know, so especially that's why you got to have the academics. That's number one too. You got to have grades, because if you don't get them grades right, I don't care how good and great you are, you're not going nowhere, and nobody's coming to get you.
That's true.
And all of that good stuff don't count if you don't got the grades. So that's rule number one. Make sure those grades are straight.
That's true, man. But every story, you know, has a turning point. For you, what started to go left?
Oh man, you know, like when you do things like on your own, and you don't like really believe in what other people say, and you don't have a support system. That's why your support system really has to be like really, really, really strong, you know, and always count and believe on always believe in like the people that when like someone says they have your back, you know what I mean, for your best interest, pretty much believe in them and stick with those ones, you know.
Right.
You can't have a fly-by-nighter or you know, and you got to be able to bounce back when you straight left, you know what I mean? You got to be able to bounce back, you know, because you know no one's perfect, but when you stumble, you have to be able to be able to get back over the road. Like I always use this one play for an example. When we played against Penn State, like I got knocked down, right, Waverly. The dude pushed me down. I was in blitzing, you know what I mean? So I was blitzing.
Right.
So the guy pushed me down. I looked up. I said, "Oh my God, please don't jump on me, right?" Excuse me. Right? I said, "Please don't jump on me, right, Waverly?"
Right.
So they pushed me back down. So I tried to get back up. Then
Right.
he pushed me back down again, right? So I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "God, please don't let him get on me." And he didn't get on me, Waverly, no bull. So then the dude the quarterback runs by me. Somehow I ripped the ball out, and my man picked it up and take it 90 yards back for a touchdown, right?
Wow.
So I always go back to that episode in my life, like no matter what situation I ever been in. I was like, I always try to bounce back, because I was like, that one day I was like, man, them dudes could have squashed me and put me down, and I still didn't go down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, no matter what, straight, right or left, you know what I mean?
Wow.
You got to be able to bounce back in the situation. You know what I mean?
true,
So that's what carries me, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was going on in your life around the time that you ended up going sometime?
That's like the time when I straight left, you know what I mean, and start doing things that, you know what I mean, that you don't have no business doing, you know what I mean, that you really don't have no business doing in the streets. But as men, you know, sometimes we fall straight and we sway a little left, but you gotta bounce back. And that's why I said, for the example I just gave you, I was like, I fell off, but then I just like, you know, all right, now it's time to get it back right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now it's time to like get it back right. And then along the way of getting things back right, you know what I'm saying? Then I have a tragic loss of my son, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I lose my son and a part of getting life on a good track.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and now what I'm doing is I'm fighting for Jamari's law. So, and of course, you know, I got my basketball league, but one of the main things, like right now, is Jamari's law, you know, because the guy has been up for parole, which he got denied because I went to every hearing, you know what I'm saying, because I got to make sure that I am the voice for my son, you know, and and what Jamari's law is to double the fines of, because you could only get the maximum time you can get is 10 years for driving right now. You know what I mean? If you DWI, you kill somebody, you're only going to get max 10 years. So you're only going to have to do 25% of your time.
Like, how did it change you as a father, you know, as a husband and as a man?
Oh, man. Oh. man, I had to be more serious, man, more sharper. I gotta think about my kids a lot more, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think about other people a lot too.
Right.
You know, I think about other people a lot, you know, because shoot, man, like you don't really want, you know, you don't want the pain, but and that's why I just like keep going and just doing stuff and keep it moving, because you know, it's just you don't want to get caught up in the moment.
Right.
And part of life. And then one thing about sports, when we play sports, the coach always said, man, one thing about the show must go on.
That's true.
And unfortunately, man, the show gotta go on every day. Like people die every day, unfortunately, man, and you got to keep it going, man. And so you can't fold. And so I just try to keep my son, just try to push for the Lord, just to keep his name going, man. And just for the next person too, man, because I don't want the next person to have to deal with that. Like, dang, you ain't just getting a slap on the wrist, and then the person to be home and then can do the same thing, and then the same thing happen because there's no harsh penalties for it, nothing like that. So what?
So you said before that the max he could get is 10 years?
Yeah, the max you could get is 10 years, and that's for anybody that kills. And that's pretty much around the world, man. Most people that have done that or the accidents, and I've looked up pretty much a lot of the stuff on it, most people don't get 10 years, they probably get like 18 months and be home in like 3 months because, you know, good time and all that stuff. So it's like it's not even it's not a violent crime. So he's trying to at least change it to a violent crime so that, you know, that you can get some justice for the families and take life serious.
Oh, yes.
You know?
So is that what justice look like to you? You know, well, what justice look like to you and to other families that experiencing and going through what you're going through?
See, I don't know. I just I just be rolling with the flow, for real. I just roll with it because, you know, unfortunately, I just gotta roll with it because. Like justice, it ain't even justice, man, because shoot, you know, it ain't justice. It can be because it's just like, there's no people that there ain't even no responsibility, so it ain't even gonna be no justice. And especially, like I'm speaking in my case, it's like, this guy is like he really not taking no responsibility. Like, you know, he's like, you know, he thought he should have been home and such and such time. He didn't think that this was that. Like, how you killed my son and you don't think that this, then that? But you think just because what that time says. So it's like, nah, it's no justice. Yeah. But it's all good. You know what I mean?
So what made you decide that you're not going to be that guy that you're just going to heal him privately? Like, what
Because you got it, like, because some people need to be, because some people, if they see you pushing along, like, man, if he can do it, I can do it. And maybe that can help me keep going. And then along the way, by, like, showing people that I can, you know, that I can keep going, that helped me out.
Right.
So it made it easier just to be able to get up and go and keep it moving, man. Like, just go. Like, I just had surgery, like, a couple of months ago. That's why I ain't really moving like I want to move. But if I wasn't had surgery and cut off, I'd be jumping right now in your chair. I'll be up. I'll be moving. I'll be sitting over there. I'll probably be sitting in that chair. I'll be sitting over in the barber chair. We be just doing so much stuff. But right now I can't even hardly move. You know, I can't even really laugh hard. But guess what? If I was back to my old self, I'd be just boom, 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 and that's the healing process. And that's the healing process I'm going through right now.
Right.
So once I get myself back strong, I'm gonna be back at it. You know, yeah.
Right back at it like you never left.
Right back at it like it never left, man. You know, so yeah.
So have you been connecting with, lawmakers and community leaders here in St. Mary's? And, Maryland, period.
Oh, in Maryland, yes. I've been, like, in the legislative office. I go up there a lot. And that's why hopefully that people will come up before next month or so, probably. But in January, they're going to start back opening up. but I'm going to be doing a campaign or something because I got to push for Jamari's law. So I'm going to make sure that everybody hears Jamari's law. You might see me standing on the building somewhere out on 235 with Jamari's law. They're going to be like, damn, this boy is acting a fool. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm acting a fool because I got to get something done for my son. You know what I mean? So once I get myself in full throttle, they're going to be like, man, this boy is off the, because this is for Jamari's law, so I got to make it happen. So it's just going to be through the roof in about a month or so. So yeah, it's going to be ready. I'm going to be ready.
That's good, man. So when you came home from being incarcerated, what was it like starting over? Just
that was starting over. That was. It was easy because I had like just to help with my wife and friends and family. I could get a job, and I just got back moving and grooving. You know what I mean? And so it was like easy to work on that. So it was like just keep going and getting, you know, just life moving. You know, it wasn't even about just sitting around dwelling or none of that stuff. It was just all about moving, going, and getting a job and taking care of your responsibilities and getting life going. You know what I mean? And that was it there, you know, so on that.
That's good, man. You also do a lot of mentoring and speed and agility and starting the NBA league. Let me see, and the home of the badass pilots. I'm sorry, JD's Liquidations.
Well, I started that with the Nicolette basketball. I started 10 years ago. Me and a group of guys. Everybody, we needed something to do. The fellas ain't had nothing to do, so we got about 80 players together and just started 8 teams and got it going. Nicolette Basketball League. We named the teams after the NBA. That's why we call it NBA, Nicolette Basketball Association. And we just ran with it. 10 years later, we got 10 teams. And we've been down in Nicolette Park. People in the community been donating waters, coming out 300 to 400 people at games, coming out having a good time. You know, all summer I get trophies, all that good stuff. People from the community donate gift cards, just a lot of stuff. Kids in the community can walk to the game. That's the best part about Nicolette. Just the local people can walk to the games and, you know, get the kids something to do. I see a lot of the youngest, they be like, as soon as we graduate high school, we playing in the NBA. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing about that. Always train all the kids. I got little cousins now. They play in college football. I've been training them since they were little kids. Now they play in college. So it's been cool just looking at them play and then train just other kids just around the community. And I just love get out and doing it, man, because someone helped me, and I always thought you got to always go back out and help someone else, man, especially the local ones. You know, the people that can't really afford, you know, the training. So I always try to make sure that I could give my end by just doing what I do. That's it.
Do you have a message for the youth that, you know, someone that might be headed or on the same path that you may have took, like coming up? Do you have like a message for them?
Man, keep getting it. Keep getting it. Go get it. Go work hard. And then the door is way open now. It's bigger than ever, you know, especially with the internet. So you can be seen like worldwide now. So overnight that you can be a success. So it's more ways than one to get up out of here, you know. So stay hard, stay humble, and focus, lock in. Don't let nobody stop you. And always get it. And long live Jamari.
It's a hashtag too, right?
Yes, sir. You do it. It's long live Jamari, man.
Live Jamari.
That's what I do.
Wow, you know, man, that's powerful, man. From football glory, you know, incarceration to losing your son, and fighting justice and helping the next generation. Man, that's something.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I do, man. It's always been fun. So, you know, I got an award from the University of Virginia a couple of weeks ago. It's like, who's making a difference?
Wow.
And you just gotta always make a difference. You never know who's watching, so just always make a difference in somebody's life, man. That's it, you know. Just try to make a difference and help out when you can, you know, and help out when you can. And you gotta understand when you can't help out. So,
That's true.
you know what I mean?